Okay, I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I didn't record this entire video already and happened to forget to turn on the microphone. I wouldn't do anything like that at all. Anyways, my name is Josh. Welcome to a new episode of New Stuff. This is things that have come into the channel that people have either sent or companies have sent to me so that you can know what's coming to the channel, so you can either get excited or ask questions or subscribe if you're not already. For future content. And I want to talk a little bit about the new stuff, for one, that's coming to the channel, things that I will be reviewing, comparing, and basically making videos off of. So let's go ahead and start off with the amplifiers. Now, I actually have 4 amplifiers that I will be reviewing in the coming future, and one comparison that will be coming with an amplifier. So let's start off with the smallest first. Finally got my hands on a JDS Labs Atom, and I will be, of course, comparing this to the Liquid Spark. It's almost obligatory at this point. Now, plastic build, not super impressed with the build, but I do know that this is one of the best measuring amps under $100 that you can buy on the market today, and from what I hear from people, it's pretty freaking good. So I'm excited to jump into this and to compare it to the equally priced Liquid Spark. So that's going to be coming. Finally, it's been long enough. You can stop asking about it now. Speaking of over in this direction, I have the Topping DX7S. Now, this is a DAC, a balance stack specifically. That's primarily what it is. That Topping did send out for me, and some of the items here that I'm going to talk about were sent by the respective companies, but nobody's paying, asking, or otherwise trying to influence me to say anything good or bad about their products. But we'll talk more about that in the full reviews of them. This is just kind of a general let's talk episode essentially. But so I don't review DACs, but I do review amplifiers, and this has a pretty good, although not all that powerful, built-in amplifier, and it's an amplifier that I actually really enjoy personally. So I'm going to be using that, and they are allowing me to keep this unit. So this is actually a recurring DAC and amplifier that I'll be bringing up in future videos. So then we have over here, which you can probably see, the DARKVOICE. In videos and in pictures, I always thought it was quite a bit smaller than it is, but it's big and it's heavy. And hopefully I'll be able to show some scale in the full size review of it. But I also have a pair of HD6XXs that I will be using to kind of analyze the DARKVOICE, because 6XXs on a tube amp are amazing. And this is one of the most famous, well-known tube amplifiers that are out there, so I'm definitely glad to have it here because I was always curious about it, but I never heard it. And that amplifier, as well as these 3 headphones and the 6XX, were all sent by a very nice patron named Israel, so shout out to Israel, thank you very much, as well as a shout out to the rest of you kick-ass patrons. You guys rock and definitely help make all this happen. That's gonna wrap it up for the headphone amplifiers. Then we have a headphone speaker amplifier hybrid, which is the BassX A100. That's back there. I'll show some B-roll here. And this is a very interesting little amplifier, specifically because you can put some jumpers on it that make it so that you can basically throw 50 watts of speaker amp power through a headphone, which I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say whether I did or not, but, you know, wink wink type situation. And I'll be reviewing it as a speaker amplifier and as a headphone amplifier in the same review. I don't think I'm going to split it up into 2 videos. Now, Emotiva did send that out for review. I have to send that one back. And they also sent out, and I also have to return, their Emotiva bass B1 speakers, not bass one, they're B1 speakers. And those are some wicked cool looking speakers. I really like the way they look, and they sound pretty kick-ass too. Very, very, very analytical though. All right, so headphones. Let's talk headphones for a second. 6XX is returning to the channel. I've already reviewed them. You can search for my name and the 6XX review in the search bar on YouTube, and you'll be able to find them. M1060s also make a return. You could do the same thing for the M1060 review. That's like one of my first videos though, so it's a little rough, but I hold true to what I said in that review. Now, interesting bit about this, and I'll tell you why I have this here in a second. Interesting bit about this is it's been a while since I held the M1060s, but I don't remember the foam being like more of a memory foam like this is. And it feels very dense and thick. And I remember the foam of mine being, like the pads were always great and they felt very comfortable, but they didn't feel as rich and as dense as this does. Now, I can't confirm. I'd have to reach out to Hobie from Monoprice and ask if they did change it, but it just feels like something they changed. So the reason why this is here is actually for two comparisons. So you guys have already seen in a few of my other videos, I have the Sindaras here, which the review is coming out soon. Thanks for sticking with me. I know it's taken a little bit, and I know a lot of people are excited about it. So am I. But I want to compare it against, in a separate video, the Beyerdynamic DT1990s. And I also want to compare it against a similarly priced planar, at least while it's on sale, the M1060. Now, I also want to compare the M1060 to the other headphone I have over here, which is the M1060C. The pink cable is from Periapp, by the way. So if anybody asks, there you go. I'll leave a link to Periapp down below, as well as all the Amazon links and website links for all these items. Finally get to review the M1060C. I've been very curious about that for a long time. And I also get at the same time to compare it to the M1060. So it should be pretty fun, and it's something that I'm personally very curious about because I never really heard the M1060. So even though I'm late to the party, I got there eventually. And then we have the Sony MDR-1A, kind of a lightweight closed back headphone. I think this is the first Sony that I've reviewed on this channel. Now that I think about it. So that's interesting. Not as well built as I anticipated. It's well built for plastic, but looking at like the design aesthetics and the coloration, I thought we were going to be dealing with a really lightweight plastic, or I'm sorry, a really lightweight metal, but it's all plastic, or at least it definitely feels like it's all plastic. Comfortable either way, super lightweight, definitely made for mobile use. They fold flat. They don't fold up though, but they do fold flat, so you can stick them in a backpack or something. So that's coming to the channel. I actually want to talk about Sony and Bose and maybe a Let's Talk, so that should be interesting as well. Yeah, I think that's it for everything that's coming recently. I got a couple of bits coming in next week or later this week that I'll probably make another Let's Talk about. And got a lot of stuff from the previous Let's Talk that I still haven't reviewed, such as the Mica MPB42XC speakers, or the MB42C, MB42X, whatever the name is scheme is, the standard channel speakers that they offer, the crossover version. I have to review that still, as well as the Orgain, the actual official review, the Sindara, and yeah, so I got a lot of stuff coming. So it's going to be busy, but it should be a lot of fun, and hopefully you are interested in those videos. So if you are, definitely hit that subscribe button. It definitely helps me out. And if you're really digging the channel and you want to help with my audio endeavors of buying new gear, shipping, insurance costs, all that fun stuff, you can consider supporting my Patreon for early access to all the reviews that I do, as well as a monthly 20 to 30 minute behind the scenes episode. So thanks very much for your consideration on that. Until the next video, guys, my name is Josh, signing off. Oh shit. That could have been really bad.